So it's going to be your March versus the Unsinkable by Pickle. And it's going to be first to 2. We're doing 2 bout rounds.
Spawned like that.
So everyone's spawning at a 45-degree angle, and the maximum spawning altitude is 150 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, hovers get 45.
Like, why we? Hovers get 45. Okay.
Yeah, hovers spawn at 45. Boats spawn.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
I've been doing that for a while. I should have put it in this one, but I basically just copy and pasted that from like the. You remember the tank battles, where like the maximum spawning altitude was like 100, 145. Yeah.
I mean, I know why you do it, so that way things don't just go alpha strike, but...
Yeah, and the same thing with the 45-degree angle is like, I don't like starting things front on each other where they can just blow the shit out of each other, you know? But I also don't want to start them like full broadside, because then broadsiders get a huge advantage. So it's like 50-50, right?
I don't think I have any broadsiding weapons, though, so this... Well, I have simple AA and some missiles.
You know?
I want to say with the Terraria thing, first playthrough, I did not look up a guide. It took me 300 hours.
Oh, that's about right, honestly.
So, the first time I played Terraria was on the Amazon
I was also playing Summoner.
I was on the Amazon Fire Stick, and I was trying to do a ranged, but I didn't realize there were builds, so I just had everything in my thing.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I just got... So all of my armor was just defense. I didn't have any offense bonus.
You know...
I actually did pretty good, though.
One thing I did notice, most of your detection is up top, and you try to be above the target.
Don't question it. I'm realizing it.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure you... Okay. Just wanted to make sure you knew.
I have some detection on the side.
Okay, that'll do it then.
I wasn't that goofy.
Yeah. All right. Just wanted to double. We can just like copy paste them down here for the next round if you want.
No, I'll do something about that.
Works for me.
The reason I put them up there is because they're just gonna get shot. So I need to put them on the side. I mean, the missiles work as excellent spaced armor, but...
They do! They got a surprising amount of health and armor. Oh, yeah, and you turn on target super fast anyway. Now, most of this thing is like Incendiary Sandblaster, and like...
that's gonna go straight through the bottom.
Yeah, and it's also got... Sea Whiz for, like, missiles. Oh, it doesn't quite look like it can get a shot on you right now, though.
I don't do much damage in return, so I feel like this could be pretty fair.
There they go.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, I did have you kind of pass overhead. I don't... I figured...
Well, I wasn't trying to just to sit above to be like a meta or anything. I was just like, what if I made an orbital bombardment craft?
Right. No, it's just that these are AA turrets, and they can't hit you a lot of the time.
Right here, they should be able to. I think I just nailed something that doesn't allow them to see me.
They have detection on each turret.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. We definitely heard the munitions coming in. Yeah, you might just be comfortably out of firing arc for this thing. Which kind of not what I was expecting, honestly.
No, I thought I was going to get shredded. This was the meme build. I thought the
I mean, you did
Diabolical
lose
conclusion
8% firepower immediately. I don't know what it blew. Oh,
8% firepower. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got so CORNHOLIO from Menti's Discord was nice enough to give us the mod he's been working on, which shows firepower right next to health percentage. So the 68% on the Unsinkable is how much firepower it has left. If I hit caps, control caps? Yeah, it gives us a breakdown on what the firepower actually is. So it's got 70 out of 105 in APS. And you have 18 in missile and 36 in APS right now. And 6 in small missiles. It's kind of sick.
Look at that. Wow.
It really should just be included in the main game.
Mm-hmm. Whose ship is this?
So this is Solid Pickles. This was an older
this
one.
is Pickles.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get his tank build ready in time.
Oh, he was making a Char-2C that floats.
He was.
I remember that.
I'm hoping that he'll have it for later in the tournament. They said they're still going to finish it, but I picked a terrible time to run a tournament. I picked, like, basically the week of finals for everyone to have their stuff done.
Yeah.
And
you also
everyone,
picked,
including me, was
biggest-
ridiculously busy.
Yeah, you picked the ultimate burnout area.
I
It's
did.
like-
I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, oh, this is like 2 months out. You know, fire damage should be out by now. Oh, no. The McWalrus has been destroyed.
This is... Oh, yeah, I forgot this has that. This is what I'm realizing with the March. If it had, like, an APHE round, I don't think this would, be nearly as fair as it currently is.
Since it's
because
just
it would
HE?
go-
Yeah.
It would, yeah, HE is honestly,
I mean, I like
balance
HE. I think it's very good. But
oh,
yeah,
I
this is...
love HE. I've
This
been
is
using
surprisingly
HE
a
forever.
tough matchup for Pickle, who's out of firepower. Well, no, it says he's got 61%. It's just
Gotta
that the
snub
turret
those.
is refusing to fire. It should have it.
Well, they got off a barrage and then
Yeah,
stopped.
these
So I
are
think-
AA mantlets. They should
Can you
have
look at
a...
his AI real quick? Because I have a very bad feeling I know what happened.
Oh, do you think he has altitude firing restrictions?
No, I think that either the fire or the HE blew up the transmitter or something.
Oh,
No, because then it wouldn't be turning.
no, yeah, it wouldn't be locked on. I mean, it doesn't matter now. Now it's at 0 firepower.
Yeah. Yippee.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened.
Uh,
I might get more
uh,
shots
Fish,
in
I
on the
don't know if you
second
answered
round.
that
We'll
question
see.
yet. It has folding wings though, Fish, so it doesn't need to, it can get quite small.
I was thinking more for runway.
Mm.
Oh,
There's a
the little Corsair that you made.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
glad it
MiG-
has.
Oh.
Apparently it's a MiG-17 Corsair combo.
I mean, that sounds kind of sick.
Apparently. Mm-hmm. It's like a naval MiG.
Okay, there goes shooting again. It doesn't seem to want to
275.
fire past a 45.
It's in what's it called? General. Gaming, I think. No, it's in other.
Every time it gets
I'm
a
lucky.
few shots on you, it does a lot of damage. You're chipping out the McWalrus very effectively.
Perfect.
Doing your part to fight diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Honorable crab.
I shall avenge my brother, who I don't even know how he got it.
Doesn't he
used
have
this-
type 1 or does he have type 2?
I don't know. He just can't have too much sugar.
Yeah, if he has type 1, then he was born with it.
Good hit.
You can also get
But-
type 2 just from being genetically somewhat susceptible to it as well, unfortunately.
I think that's what happened because he didn't have it for a bit, was a-okay, and then
Just suddenly did.
started to feel, yeah, in
Yeah.
school, too. He was getting really dizzy, and they knew something was wrong.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, not every, in fact, a large chunk of people don't get it from like unhealthy diet or anything. It's just something that happens.
Every person except one that I know of. It
Oh.
was actually my dad's ex.
Doesn't
was
get it
the,
from like any choices they made.
Yeah, my dad's ex a long time ago. She had it, and she was really thin, ate healthy, was
Yeah.
vegetarian, and
Her body just
I
couldn't
remember
handle sugar.
We were going, and no, it was the opposite. She was like, I need to stop somewhere to get sugar.
Right, she was crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hypoglycemic. Well, that's the problem is like your body doesn't make enough insulin and then your actual like blood glucose tanks and then you can end up in shock.
Yeah.
Hypoglycemic
My
shock.
brother, though, he can't have too much. It's really annoying because I want to take them to get like ice cream. And
You could go get
treat.
like sugar-free ice cream.
problem is like a lot of places don't have it or don't have good ones.
God,
like a lot of times
tell
it's
me
just
about
vegan. me and my brothers going to 7-Eleven and taking stuff out there. Luckily, the one near my mom has, well, it's actually a QT that we go to. But there's a little bit in the corner where it's just sugar-free stuff. So.
Well, that's cool. All right, so this next one is going to be the Phonk Tonks. I was telling Fish earlier, one of the updates,
Oh, he wasn't.
either to YouTube or to From the Depths, broke YouTube videos. They just don't play anymore. So everyone who had sound no longer has sound, including my beautiful Phonky Tonkies. It's very sad.
I wonder if it's the same thing where, like,
With Discord, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be that YouTube changed how they do encoding, and it's just unreasonable for From the Depths to update to it. If so, that's too bad. I'll just have to use sound blocks or something. All right, let's see.
I've been wanting to mess with sound blocks to make, just get cool noises.
Just don't mess with them in the same way people in Mentees tournaments do, because they're unhinged.
I've seen one, and I just thought the vehicles were all just not very interesting, so I didn't continue watching.
Oh, the vehicles tend to be really cool most of the time. Sometimes they're a little bit boxy or a little bit obnoxious in like how much sound effects they have. Do you want to not do that?
Yeah, that was the problem I had. It was just like they were all very ugly, and they just kind of just looked at each other from like a bajillion miles away. At least the one I saw.
Well, the Phonk Tonk has decided to drown itself.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, I haven't seen it do that before. I'm not sure why it wants to.
Oh my gosh, he melted the jet thrusters. I guarantee.
He might have, yeah. He might have melted the bottom off of the thrusters. So now it's just the rubber duck. The question is, has the duck and the large incendiary rounds from the Mega
I
Hover?
got the front weapon, so.
Yeah, the back weapon is also on fire. It does have cram, though.
Quite a lot of it.
It
Looks like
do
it's
have
got
cram.
dodge. And that's why I don't use cram, because it's so inconsistent.
Well, it's the only thing I'm armed with, because this thing's a Sea-Whiz. Ouch. Yeah, the Fish was looking in here earlier, and he was just like, stone. It's like, yes.
Was he stoned, or was it
No,
stone?
the rubber duck is made out of like nothing but stone and glass. Because they don't burn.
What happens if you fight a kinetic round?
It goes right through me.
But there's no kinetic rounds. in this
Aha, see, Cringe gets it.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh! Ah!
It's still gonna take
It's
off
still gonna,
a
yeah,
lot
it's
of-
still caught things on fire, tickling the duck.
The problem, though, is they have just such low health, not to mention the fact you use slopes. I feel like, yeah, this is just going to do a ton of damage if they can hit.
So far, I haven't lost any firepower yet, I think is the saving grace. Ow, I am on fire.
No, you're not.
I mean, I am.
Nuh-uh.
You know, I think we were wrong about the front
Burning is just a
flamethrower.
state of mind.
Yeah, exactly. I
It's
think
like
we were
when
wrong
I'm at
about the
work
front one
and my
being disabled.
coworkers-
It's looking pretty good. Okay,
It's like
now
when
it
I'm
might
at work
not.
and my coworkers are just like, just pretend it doesn't. Just tell yourself it doesn't burn and you'll be okay.
You know, it does work. That's how I get my tea bags
Surprisingly.
out of the water. I just reach in and grab them by hand.
I can...
I take you don't have chemist hands?
I don't have what now?
Chemist hands.
Chemist hands.
In joke, because both my mother and her mother are chemists and have very rough hands.
Ah, I see.
My great-grandfather told me I have woman's hands because they're not covered in scars and scabs and...
He's
and
destroyed
they're not
my
forged.
tail.
They're not forged from working on a farm in Mexico for bajillion years.
You know what's kind of funny? My hands and my feet, I've always had this problem. It like sheds callus after a
Can't
while.
be a femboy. No good femboy is fat.
No good femboys. Hey, look at this! Yes, I can actually take out those crams. Most of them.
The seeds to get crammed.
Well, I mean, look at that. See, it's doing things.
You went heavy into active defense this game, this tournament, I'm noticing.
A little. I was really worried about crams. Because I didn't put any limits on crams. Like, if you wanted to bring a 2,000 millimeter 30-second packing time cram, you can. There was no limits on how unhinged you could be with your cram firepower. So I was like, people are going to bring huge HE crams, and then no one did.
I continue to wish that I actually knew how to build it. It's just so confusing.
I will have to teach you some basic 3D cram Tetris sometime. They're fun.
Thank you.
No worries. The Vana's inability to catch me is kind of working to its advantage. Because I'm unable... Wait, is that the AI? That is the AI. If I can set that on fire... I can pull out a win here. Uh-oh, wait. Why am I so slow? Are all of my engines dead? Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, no! That's cram parts! Uh-oh. I just lost 40% firepower in that cram volley. Oh, curse you, Borderwise. Refundancy wins again.
Refundancy?
Refundancy.
Oh, redundancy, just...
The key to winning in From the Depths is refundancy. And the Vana has considerably more crams than I do.
Unless you're me, then it's rocket launcher.
You know, missiles are also a one... That's the Lathrix strategy. It's tried and true. If you put enough missiles on a craft, it'll do something.
Lathrix trying to do anything but missile. Boy, you dropped off...
Just like scram.
Oh, man. See, this is why I had active defenses. I was worried about crams, and rightfully so. Was it the flamethrowers that got me? No,
gosh,
it's the crams. Oh yeah, look at that. It just
tell the damage because of that yellow wall. Where's it? What block is it linked to?
See, I don't want it going away, so I don't link it to blocks.
What?
I know, right? The mystery.
I can't tell any damage.
It's basically dead.
Yeah, it's very deceased.
It has 22% firepower left. And I think all of that is the Sea-Wiz that can't currently aim at it. There we go.
Fish, I'm sorry to say, I don't plan out the dimensions of my vehicles. I just build until they look good, so no clue how big this other wing section's gonna be.
Completely understandable.
I don't even know the dimensions it currently has because of the spin blocks on the side, so I can't just plus V.
Alright, well,
Hey.
the Vana definitely took that
It's
one.
13 wide.
Alright, round 2.
Slime, stop falling from the sky. I need to
It's slime rain.
plan.
It's just slime weather. What's wrong with a little slime weather, huh?
Well, you see...
Ah, the barbecue begins. I was not looking forward to this matchup. Because he's just gonna cook this damn hover.
Well, it's doing better than last time, I think.
It was dead by this time last round.
Now it's broadsiding the other side.
Now it's very on fire. Something inside of it has exploded. Whoa, the Vana has lost 68% of its firepower somehow. I am falling, and I can't get up. I think,
How's it?
Yep, it
Yeah,
just
look at
cored
that.
out my engines again.
Oh, that's incredibly based. I'm very scared of the Vana in this
Dude,
tournament.
it has so much firepower. This thing has the highest firepower ratio in the entire tournament. It's like 15% armor.
Mew just manages to build the same thing every single time, and it just gets
Do you
better
know
and better.
this thing did 5 meters a second when he gave it to me, and he wanted me to put it into the tournament.
It DQ'd.
It died.
No, it DQ'd. It had points.
It couldn't. I guess it couldn't turn in fast enough, and it was out of range of the duck. Okay,
I'm very confused
I guess
because
3rd round then.
I feel like it went too fast.
No, because I've got the max speed set to the flyer's max speed.
Okay.
I already checked what vehicles could do and made sure that they weren't too fast or too slow. Although too slow wouldn't really be a problem. Don't you do it! You dumb bastards. This is
karma.
the most from the depths moment. Why and how? Well, okay, so the 3rd round goes to Mew then.
El Sombrero has died.
El Sombrero has met his end. Yeah, I got this thing up to like 35, 36 meters a second because it deserved to be that fast. Look at it just turn yellow from the flamethrowers.
And the nuke.
And the nuke, yeah. I mean, nuke disqualifications is how it always should have been handled, and I refuse to hear any arguments to the contrary.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm glad we've settled that. Alright, well, it was able to turn on to target this time, and it's just going to roast the duck again. I'm flabbergasted that that did not kill the turret. These are big crams.
I have a sneaking suspicion there is more armor than it appears on that turret.
Oh, there's a lot more armor than it looks like, yes. It's all deco hidden.
Yep.
Go Mew.
Hashtag Mew.
Yep. The only time I've really done that was on a my tank tournament vehicles, like that I have, like the Londoneer.
You know
It
what's
has a
wild?
bunch of
I had almost no deco on
turret
those
armor.
things.
Ugh, I know.
The only thing I did was I decoed away detection on the KV2 because it was ugly.
I meant the new ones.
Oh, I
like
do have
the-
some deco on those. Mostly
my
just the
charioteer
the tiny little, what you call it, ontos, because
Yeah.
that thing does not deserve to be alive.
I mean, yes. That's for sure.
But it's also a firework, and it's very fun to watch it pop. So I decided to submit it anyway.
I have most of the time I use deco for shaping and details.
Mm-hmm.
But not like crazy deco shaping, because I like how regular the
blocks
vanilla
look.
FTD. I love the vanilla FTD style in all
Yeah.
of my vehicles.
I like
Try
to
do
hide
that.
detection sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my gosh, detection. If not,
Especially
like,
on tanks, because it's so big on tanks and so clearly not designed for them.
Yes.
So, like, for that, I hide it. For this, I wanted to make a KV2 from scratch out of deco. So, like, get off my case.
KZ2 go. It's just 2 now.
It is just 2. It's become more powerful. You fool, you've only made it stronger. You've taken away the KV and left the strongest part.
Time to give it a IS.
The 2, yes. I cannot believe these 2 idiots immediately sunk themselves. Like, God, that's the most me thing that I think I've ever had happen to me in a tournament.
Dude, I had that happen playing for Caravoni, and I had 2 of my airships. Never, they haven't seen a lot of combat. They're like my aero monitors. They spawn in, immediately go next to each other, and just bonk.
Yeah, just bonk and drag themselves into the water. Amazing.
I also spawned in some marches, and they just sat above the enemy and proceeded to just give themselves hugs, and they touched tips, and then just the guns disappeared. So I had snub noses.
That's so funny.
Luckily, it didn't make a big deal.
Well,
because they were shooting down, so velocity didn't really matter.
I love that I made
Yes.
this Vana fast
Yes.
enough to catch up to my stupid 40 meters a second hydrofoil. I'm so glad I did that. Like, genuinely. I'm having a great time watching this roast my duck alive.
How did you manage to make this thing go 3 meters per second? That I'm genuinely confused about.
I gave it a lot more engine power, took away even more armor for it, put 7 motor drive on the paddle wheels, and added more motors to the back.
I feel like at that point, just bigger engine, more powerful engine probably eats a bit more material, but and just bigger props.
You know what's wild? He was using, oh no, he wasn't the one who was doing that. He had some weird carburetor Tetris that was inefficient. All I had to do was make it into a 3D carburetor Tetris and add more of them. So there's a couple backups in it now, whereas before it was like one big engine. Before, I think all of his engine power was up front too, and it didn't have enough engine power for the flamethrowers. So when the flamethrowers kicked on, it would just like start going at like 5 meters a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I added enough engine power for the flamethrowers and the wheel and the.
It's kind of
motors.
interesting they use engine power. It doesn't make the most sense to me.
I mean, you use the engine power functionally to help offset the fact that you lose damage by letting them do full damage to metal and to set fires underwater, right? So, like, they needed something as a trade-off, because they're, like, one of the most efficient damage to material dealers in the game right now.
I love going up to fires. You were complaining and saying, "Oh, they'll be useless there. There's no point."
I
in
said
a
unless they
flamethrower."
make them able to damage heavy armor, which they did. They even made heavy armor flammable. So like, they did
makes
do the
sense,
thing
but-
I was expecting them to do to make fire good. I just didn't necessarily want them to do that because it doesn't make sense for fire. I don't hate the
love
damage
these-
type. Like, I
these
actually think
last-
it's pretty cool.
No, I never said that. I was saying just like going up to it, you didn't think it would work that well, and then it.
Not if it were actual fires, sir. But these fires burn metal and alloy and heavy armor. Oh.
Blast and welding arcs.
Yes. All right. So the Vana bobs
Anything
the
burns
shit
in
out
pure
of me.
oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And anything burns. in
You
pure
know, give it enough heat, anything
Including
does
me.
burn. That's fair. Okay. So the next round is going to be the Sauron's birthday cake versus the angry chicken frigate and its accompanying little baby friend, the spearhead. Which
Rest in peace, angry chicken.
You know, dude, you have no idea how much they made lasers, small lasers, fucking suck in this pack. They do, like, I'm not kidding, the before and after, they do, like, 50% less damage. The lasers are a capital ship class weapon only now. If you try to make small lasers and they're not, like, burst lasers, they suck.
I've always seen them as like capital or support weapons anyway, so it really doesn't affect how I use.
Yeah, real threatening. Meanwhile, the cake is on fire.
Yummy.
You're not supposed to burn your cakes. You know, I
You
think
clearly
this
are.
mostly
You
uses small
clearly
missiles.
haven't been to Yavla.
Oh, the spearhead is been
Gargle-
burned down. I had a feeling those missiles were doing pretty good things to it. That is the one saving grace. All my damage comes from plasma and missiles. Get 'em, missiles. Nice job, missiles. You got 'em. You did it. You did great. You're doing great. Get
You
'em.
have to give them motivational speeches.
I
thought we've settled this.
I'm not that motivational person.
Fair. Very fair.
No! The sleeping quarters! How could you do this? They're homes. Get them! Come on! You can do it this time. Hey! 1 out of 6 isn't bad.
Oh, there was another. It was 2 out of 6.
It was 2.
The
Oh,
butts
man.
the butt's on fire.
We are
Wait.
getting somewhere now.
Is the birthday cake gonna reverse over the spearhead?
It is looking that way, actually. Hey,
it
wait,
goes
I
in
think
front
that
of it.
full
I wonder if
volley
it's-
actually hit that time. Look at that. We got fires, we got explosions. Wow. How about that? This is the laser that's supposed to start fires better, by the way. Really showing off the power of that minus additional, like, 30% firepower.
I wonder if it's been damaged.
No. There's no firepower missing from the cake.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! We got missile hits again! No, it looks like we've politely avoided backing.
Shoot
It's still
yeah,
shooting me.
Shoot it.
It's shooting me!
Yeah.
That's so rude!
It's not gonna do any. Do this.
Okay, you have the impression that this is thick, but it's like a single layer of metal and wood.
I just said spinning armor. And I said I think it's rather smart.
It
I
is.
remember saying something like I was gonna do it in the tank tournament, and it was like then it was banned.
The problem with it is that when you make something round, there's a reason why ships are designed the way they are, and it's because doing something round means that no matter what direction you're facing your enemy, like 50% of your armor is wasted. Like exactly 50% of your ship cut in half is wasted.
That's also how broadsiders are.
Yeah.
That's how broadsiders are, but you can put all of the... Well, no. With broadsiders, 25% of your armor is in the front and 25% is in the back. So, like, your front and your back never faces your opponent, so you can just put really thick armor on your sides. And then you're a broadsider. You put it all on one side because you're playing from the depths, and you have a one-sider. Put it all on the front, you have a front-sider. You make something round.
Any front sider,
It's-
good sir. I can't think of a single front sider. No.
Amphibians. Have you built something to fight multiple enemies at once?
I
Or to
have.
fight in a foot battle?
Okay.
Then
If
you
you're
are-
thinking this is a
It.
good design to fight multiple things at once, you're more unhinged than I am.
No.
I mean,
it is
knocked
not.
out-
You can't
knocked out
have.
the spearhead can no longer fly, yet its firepower is 100% intact.
Yes, what I was going to get at is you need to have thick front and back.
Yes. Well,
Like, otherwise you'll...
rather
you
than
will
having
stick.
thick front and back, most armor schemes just put the guns sufficiently far. Oh, it burned down.
No, you shot its AI.
Oh, really? Okay. Most ships have sufficiently enough in the
Are we gonna
front
watch
and the
same
rear that their
guys?
entire
Painful
hull
death,
acts as armor. Yeah, I've got plasma shooting under the waterline and a laser too. So this is gonna go very quickly. Oh, the spearhead has no firepower left. Okay. We'll wait for these to miss. They
Has
didn't.
100%.
Oh, good boys. Wait, one more volley. Yeah.
One managed to miss a stationary target.
More than one, but we're not going to talk about that. I wanted them to be cool-looking, high-arc VTOLs, and that means that they just don't hit sometimes. A lot of the time. Most of the time. His Seamus
ran
is
into
not
that
quite able to
problem.
take out my missiles, which makes sense because they each have like 2 or 3 reinforced bodies. Because I was also very worried about Sea-Wiz. I was just worried about things that basically nobody brought. Oh. Some fires getting started on the little guy here. This is going to be much faster damage than is going to be done by the laser that's worth half the ship.
It reminds me of how on my cruiser I made the Sea-Wiz like large caliber specifically to like shoot crams and like one-shot them.
Mm-hmm.
And then people who like, well, I say people, one person who looked at it was just like, "Hey, this is not good Sea-Wiz. Change it, change it, change it." And I was just like, "It's that, but you're fighting just missile spam. It's not meant to do that. It's meant to shoot cram."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's like saying that diff flak aren't good Sea-Wiz. It's like, most cost-effective Sea-Wiz / weapon in the game. Okay, sure, it's not good. We'll go with that. You know, these medium missile fires are actually kind of significant. Look at that.
Diff flak is not good. It just happens to counter the current meta.
I mean, it counters doom crams of any size. So that's pretty good, and it does it for almost free, comparatively. I mean, it's a 5k material weapon that can counter a 300,000 material cram 4 times.
Yeah, so that... Isn't that just what Fish said, though? Like, if the current meta is giant doom cram, then it's very niche. Like, it can shoot that one missile. They can either shoot that one cram.
The main
or, like,
problem
one
is the
giant
cost
missile,
efficiency. It has a cost efficiency factor of around 600, and that's probably a bit too good. Just saying, considering, you know, a similarly sized laser system, LAM system, would not even be able to do like half of a cram's health in damage to it. Whereas a 6k diff flak can just kill it, and it can kill the volley 4 times. That's the difference in performance for investment is not okay, and that's what I have a problem with. That, and you do it for no risk because they're non-volatile. The only risk is that 6k mats get blown off after it stops the first 4 volleys, and like, oh well, like heartbreaking. I lost 6k mats that stopped 500,000 in damage. It's just not a fair, interesting, or fun interaction or exchange. And it's not one that's particularly interactive either, because there's no real way to target them. They're just small and you spread them out everywhere. It's uninteractive, it's uninteresting, it's 0 risk, and it's too cost effective. So if you don't do it, it's foolish. Straight up, there's no reason not to do it, it's too strong. Like, if you don't do it, you're just being a scrub and handicapping yourself for no reason. So, like, that's why I don't like it.
It's only as good as it... So it's not really good. It counters the current meta.
It counters
Alpha Strike
crams.
Doom crams.
It counters
Counters
crams.
Alpha Strike Doom crams.
Okay, it doesn't counter the Vana's crams. It doesn't counter meme crams, but it counters 3D Tetris effort crams.
It counters the... So it counters Doom crams.
Yes.
Alpha Strike Doom crams specifically.
Kind of. Any cram that's not like 23 per second, you're losing firepower on it. When is this gonna burn down? Last time it had burned down by now.
It took so long, I just killed the King Slime in Terraria.
I know! That's the problem when you can only damage with missiles. The laser's not doing much. Well, you know, actually the laser's been doing good things. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I think it just got the gun. It did. The laser's doing things. I know what you're trying to say, I just feel like it's not as relevant a point as how cost-effective it is.
What?
If they cost, like, 30k per, and they have the opportunity to blow up and do that damage to your ship, then I'd be okay with them. The problem is that they're risk-free and cheap, not that they're effective, if that makes sense. I don't care that they're effective. I care that they're effective without equivalent drawbacks or cost.
The vulnerability in your ship. You physically need to put them somewhere.
Jeez. What a drawback.
At any point, there's something... At any point where you have a hole in the armor of your ship is a major vulnerability. And that doesn't matter
you don't
your
put
particular
holes in the
build style.
armor of your ship for diff flak, you just slap them on top. That's like the only deck weapon that works. Those suckers, you just prefab them on a turret and you put them wherever you want. Right here, diff flak. Right here, diff flak. Right there, that's a diff flak. Right here, oh baby, that's a diff flak.
Again, that works with your build style. It doesn't work with most people's.
I would say it's most people who build large craft are willing to do that, given the Gimli and everything it's fought against. But that's fair, I suppose.
Yeah, it really just depends how you build it. If you build your vehicles with lots of open space, you have
So much
more
room.
space.
Yeah.
For
And again,
Wow.
when you're talking about these grotesque class builds, like the super battleships, like the Gimli and the Drachenslang, you got space to work with. they're big.
Yeah, at that scale, all balance has disappeared. And I really think the game should be geared to that scale.
That's actually a fair point. I don't disagree. I think at the grotesque class that people really love to build at is definitely not where things should be scaled around. So yeah, that's a fair point.
I'd say
yeah,
maybe.
things should be scaled around like where Neater should be scaled, not like this.
I think it
Well, where it
shines
is.
with like 16, like 2.5 to about 20k volume, where you can have 8, 9, or 10 of them. Oh, that's a kill. Yeah, where you can have 8, 9, or 10 craft just all being chaotic. I almost ran over it again. I think that's
I feel
where
like
the game
spearhead
shines.
needs a bit more top armor. It seems that's its
It
big
wasn't
weakness.
expecting to get top attacked for obvious reasons. It's a hovercraft.
Go Cage.
And I just happen to have top attack missiles, which, yeah. He can do it! Officer
I swear
Locust
there's-
is here.
I swear there's a movie out there where, like, they shoot dragons with a Challenger tank.
There probably is. That sounds
No,
right.
Okay.
I think it was.
Where? What?
This
How
sounds
can I get
very
it?
American.
Don't start this yet. Don't. I'm gonna find it.
Alright, I'll give you a sec.
Challenger tank versus dragon. Hold up. I just keep getting. Okay, that's. I'm gonna put in movie after it. No, I keep getting Ukraine war footage.
Oh, God. The new Google search results are so bad.
I'm just gonna do tank versus. To be fair, okay, well,
Don't be fair. They're bad.
I was gonna say to be fair because it shot a tank that's had dragon on the side. Only it was
Okay, alright, fine.
Rain of
No,
Fire. There we go. There we go. Rain of Fire. The film was set in England in the year 2020.
Is it an American
years
film
after
or is it
the
an
London
English film?
underground tunneling avertedly awaited dragons from centuries of slumber. And I just know, I've seen a clip from this movie. There's just a dude driving through a medieval castle with a tank. And he's shooting at the dragons.
That does sound pretty metal. So next
where is
up,
this?
we've got
Let me see
Dev
who made it.
versus your diabolical conclusion, sir.
Ah, okay, I will stop looking at.
We
Rain
will
of
see if
Fire.
the conclusion is able to conclude the life of his frigates. I did retrofit one of his
Conclusion's
frigates
diabolical.
with
Probably
actual
not.
rudders so that it doesn't like immediately destabilize.
Hmm.
It's the more expensive of the two. All right,
Yes.
let's see what do. They immediately start fire. They are a little optimistic with it, but I like their attitude.
Yes.
A lot of missiles. Oh, but what will your missiles do against smoke defense? Uh-oh. One of them got to you.
They're on the butt. Luckily,
Yeah, check it with the
only the engine is there. Why are you?
Oh, only the
running?
engine. Yeah, thank God it's just the engine. It looks like
you might
we've
need that
lost
here.
some
Why is it
hydrofoils.
not
We have.
Trying to broadside. It's just.
Did you have your broadside set up to have no minimum range?
I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I shouldn't have a minimum.
The
range.
broadside AI is very.
It
What are you doing?
I think it's just circle.
Oh, if it's circle, then it's going to retreat when things get closer than your range set.
Ah, yes, that's fun. There we go.
You did. Well, we had one frigate DQ, I think, because it lost all of its hydrofoils. These hydrofoils are still alive, but the engine power doesn't look good.
Am I DQing?
You did DQ.
Why?
Did you run out of 800-meter range?
It might be the acceleration. Mm-mm.
Why are you reversing? Why can you reverse?
Propeller.
You
It's
know,
not that complicated.
you're not wrong. You're not
Easy
wrong.
answer, propeller. So even though the range is set different now, it's still retreat. No idea. Confused.
It's because you've got circle, so anytime they get closer than that 660, it's still going to retreat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if you want one that's not going to retreat, you set a broadside that starts broadsiding at 800 and doesn't retreat until like 100 or less meters. I think you may have blown all the hydrofoils off of this side. Nope, there's a couple.
I was gonna say it's actually it was kind of working a second ago because they would only hit the back with the flamethrower and the superstructure, but now they're hitting the front.
Yeah. They did hit your turret. Well, the turret lived. He has
I knew the
insufficiently
add-on armor
hot
was a good
flames.
idea. Insufficiently hot.
Which cringe, as we all know, is very hot.
Yes.
Indeed.
As you can tell by his resistance to fire.
I was actually about to say just like
They got real close with this fire though. They might be slightly faster. They might ram. You might get ram. They might give cuddles. Cuddles have been had. Behold.
Don't they have rubber? No, the rubber's gone.
The rubber has been blown off. They're now going to cuddle each other just for fun. Just to flex.
Perfect.
Establish dominance by cuddling each other in your
Friendly
presence.
torpedo just hit them.
Yes. And now it's lighting you up again.
I don't know if you saw that, but it's used its comrade as a bloody crowbar.
It did, yes.
Yeah.
It was jamming the other one deeper into the craft. Look at this. It actually did good damage with that too. Like it this was a technique. This is a strat. Sometimes you just need well, no more flames.
I think there hasn't been flames for a while. I mean, I still have the incendiary missiles.
You do.
What?
The little boy
Now, I
out
don't
here
know-
is still shooting his missiles. Look at him.
I don't
brave.
know how the gun is going to. Well, how my thing's going to kill the thing, giving it just hugs.
You know,
Because it's too close.
why do you want to kill what's giving you hugs? Why
Because
are you
it's
so hostile towards
destroying-
affection? You're shooting yourself.
Because it's destroying my block.
You're shooting yourself.
It's non-consensual.
I am? No, I'm hitting it.
No, you
just
100% hit this here.
Missiles are gone.
Oh
Some
no.
of them.
This is good.
The Corvette's gone.
Oh no, the Corvette went AI. Did you really just... Oh, you probably missile volleyed it. Oh no.
Oh, wait, there was a one hole in the roof and it died. No.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
What a way to lose your brain. Look at these beautiful, powerful
They don't
hydrofoils
have
still
any
alive.
firepower left. They're just ramming me.
This is true.
Okay, please just.
Oh wait, no,
perish.
it has
How are they not
torpedoes.
DQ'd? Oh, okay. How are they not DQ'd? They. I
Uh-oh,
thought the
wait. It has
50%
torpedoes, but it
was.
might not have steering anymore.
I don't think it has anything anymore.
After that volley, yes. Yeah,
What's
no.
the DQ health limit? I am so confused.
The DQ
No?
health limit was 55%, so this was just from the depths things happening.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad you noticed that because, no, you won that round because it's at 49%. It should be dead.
Mhm. Both of them were at 40, under 50.
Yeah, and here's the rules. Despawn... Oh, no. This got changed. There you go.
Yeah.
Isn't there 55?
Well, we're gonna do
Yeah.
50 as a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had it set to 55. Oh, I changed it for the crossbones round and never changed it back.
Ah.
I didn't want
Nice.
people to lose health percentages for ships that might still be functional. Which, because in
Gotcha.
fairness, Dev's ship was ramming into you at 45%. It was, it was still a functional ram at 45%.
It was just danger hugs. Very
Yes.
close. Very
No,
angry.
there's no touching.
Non-consensual, very spicy touching.
That's for sure. Did not consent.
Uh-oh.
One Flammenwerfer is. Oh no, none of the Flammenwerfers are down.
I mean, Finch, you don't really have control of your ship.
No, I do not. I just have good messages.
He does. He's subliminally influencing it.
Mm-hmm. How about you shoot the thing closer to you?
That doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait.
Thank you.
Those are good
Told you.
missiles,
It made
Look
actually.
at
made
that.
some sense.
Control.
That ripped,
it's
like...
going right back around. It's gonna do the same
Yes!
thing.
Get it! It's even
Right
ramming
here.
you on the same side. Oh, wait! It's gonna miss!
Think.
I explicitly did not ban ramming AI, so this is legal. You just couldn't have the part.
Oh, do they have ramming AI?
They do.
Oh, okay. That explains.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what the
He's 100% just ram AI.
I had thought they had like some sort of just really up close.
No,
Gotcha, okay.
no. Mew did the same thing, but he needed to broadside, so I gave him a breadboard and 2 behaviors. There are a lot of fire.
Missiles, please dispose of the children.
You know, actually, yeah, every volley does like 10%. I'm amazed at how much damage those missiles are doing to Dev's craft. I think you set his boilers on fire?
Ooh, did I?
Maybe? It looks real close. Nope, not quite. He has... Oh, that better be Deco. That's Deco. Okay, thank God. I was about to say, you put coal next to your steam engines, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, it's aesthetic. I do it.
The coal is actually flammable, sir. Oh,
Phonk. Oh, they made it actually flammable?
it's
Interesting.
one of the most flammable blocks in the game.
Oh, that was... That he just Tokyo drifted around my missiles.
You know, brownie points for style.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, are these intensity 40 flames? I feel like maybe Dev only has intensity 20 fires.
I mean, they're melting. It's
They
just...
are, it's just not, it doesn't look like it's doing enough damage to the metal, you know?
They're shooting the back, like... Yeah, the front damage is more,
Yeah, that's true, that's true. It's hard, he might not have any oxidizer maybe, you know?
Mm.
That's the thing is, like, in order to make flamethrowers work on boats, you've got to sacrifice raw damage to make them do damage to metal. And then you have to sacrifice more raw damage to make them do full damage underwater.
Gotcha.
Because, like, every bit of intensity you do gives you less fuel. And every bit of oxidizer gives you that percentage less fuel. So, like, it's a trade-off. You're always sacrificing damage with flamethrowers, or with fire damage. Sir? Are you
Yes.
aware that you are a
Haha.
submarine? Yep, there go the DQ points.
There's one down.
There's one down. Wow.
What?
Wow.
Am I not allowed to cheer?
Yes, you're
for my
allowed to cheer your
vehicle?
craft. I'm just goofing. I'm waiting for the
Oh,
nuke
and I
mostly.
blew up the other one. I think I...
Yes.
What did I do to
Beautiful.
it? It had a huge drop. Ooh, that's what missile damage.
Oh, yeah, it looks like you took out the front, like all of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I
HE.
don't
It's
think
not-
the flamethrowers...
it's not the
Oh
best.
my god. It did set a lot of fires before you did that, though.
Yeah, yeah. The HE gun on the front, not the best, but it's consistent.
Hey, you know, it's getting the job done.
Mm-hmm. I kind of figured it would just kind of tag armor, make it weaker than the missiles go through.
You know, that's a solid strategy when you set everything on fire. The small man, how is the small man doing? He's on fire, no!
Haha!
No!
The new target.
You know, honestly, Dev gave you a run for your money. I feel like if those were higher... I'm going to have to check the settings on those flamethrowers. I feel like if we set the intensity all the way up and give them some... That's floating. Some oxidizers.
They got so close, I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, yeah.
No gun in the back.
He's going to be doing that to a lot of entries, I think. Wow.
I'm gonna
I
DQ because it pushed
hate
me
it
out
when
of
I
range.
seat things.
I'm gonna DQ because it pushed me out of
No,
range.
do it. Turn! Turn! Oh.
That was,
That's going to be called in your favor, I think. Because...
Oh, look at the missiles. They're just about to absolutely destroy it. Is it?
Use the gauge. Because
we can do that for the next round.
Right.
We'll bump this up to 2K, and we'll get it reloading at a decent rate, so you've got one nice, nasty Doom Cram. We'll see.
May the better Dreadnought win this fight.
We'll see how it do.
yeah, well, where's now?
I love Cram versus Cram. He does have little plasma seed. Oh my god, it's the French flag.
Where?
The plasma.
Oh.
I'm gonna wait for it to shoot again.
It is. What?
That's so good. That's so good. I love it. Oh, that's so good.
Take advantage of your face.
Oh, that's so good.
No!
I also up armored around your
That one's more
crams
appropriate.
and their necks. By the way, there was not enough love.
Yeah,
You're both getting DQ'd
Lots.
for driving outside of the range of combat and not turning into face.
very ironic for
What do you
crabs.
want? Dreadnought fought at kilometers of distance.
Guys,
That was. Well, I was gonna say on the Diabolical, because the mark worked exactly how I wanted it to work, but.
well, not at first.
Oh yeah.
We've got a
Not at
fire
first?
started. Yeah. You need a different PID and AI type settings in order for it to actually get up over targets. Before it was doing bombing runs, basically, remember?
I was talking about the
The
Diabolical.
Belgians are doing
Oh.
the job.
Yeah, yeah. Bonk. Okay, this is much better. The Enfer is probably also set up too close, but since the Abyss is going to keep the range less unhinged... Oh, wow. The Enfer still has 100% of its firepower, but it looks like the Abyss has lost some? Has it gotten through
yeah,
front
yeah.
gun? Yep.
Has only hit the two people, so
And the
there's
rear?
no significant
Uh-oh.
damages.
Alright, yeah. If it gets your
Yeah,
rudders...
that's just something. It's
I did up armor your rudder because, come on, man. Oh, I also added backup rudders. You need them.
no, that is what we call a proper ship fight.
you need to be able to turn. And speaking of turning, though, this thing's turning sweet, actually. She do be turning quite good.
Look at explode. I just
You're
I noticed
Seamus,
in
I think.
the crossbow fight I had the most crab firepower in the tournament.
Close to it. I think you're really, really close with Fish. And the Vana.
Yeah, we have similar weaponry.
You do. The Vana has the most firepower in the entire tournament because its armor cost is only like 20%. But like, in terms of big boy crams, y'all got the fun ones. You know what?
I did make the biggest crab I could fit on the ship.
Yeah, and I love it. Y'all are starting to get close in remaining firepower. It's starting to close the gap.
The same. It has basically the same power as the HLS. So
I like having a proper battleship fight. This is nice. I should make big chunky battleships more often. I just get caught up making weird memes. Just to see if I
These
can.
two things are not. These two things aren't mutually exclusive, as this fight shows.
You know... Oh man, the Torp's actually kind of getting taken out by the Sea-Wiz. Unexpected. Uh-oh. Man,
I'm
look
glad I
how
have
close
torpedo
this
bulges
is.
against the torpedo.
Yeah, the torpedoes might need a ballast instead of a one-turn. Maybe that's an adjustment to take note of for later. Look how close these firepowers are. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, did the Enfer lose rudders? Turn!
No, it is not. I just love how it looks like a dreadnought against a proper dreadnought.
It does. It's pretty cool. Ooh, you lost a little bit more firepower with
the
those last
later
two.
one is better.
I think, if I recall, I actually sent Fish a couple photos of, like, transition era French battleships that kind of inspired the bridge of this one.
Yeah,
He really liked one in particular.
one in particular.
Yeah, yeah. It was actually the same one that inspired a lot of the Schiflotant, or the Shoshankan, rather. It's such a pretty ship. It's such a cool-looking ship. Oh, man. Well, the Abyss definitely has fewer guns left now. I think what really gave you the edge in this was you have that dual-purpose Sea-Wiz plasma and the simple AA plasma just kind of chipping away.
Actually, the plasma doesn't do seals.
It doesn't? Really? So that was just 100%
No, it's only
the AA.
simple weapons that shoots at trams and
Oh.
missiles.
Well, that was a whole turret.
Yep.
This is a pretty close
If you
fight.
look closely, there's only the simple weapons that shoots
I
at
see.
projectiles.
So then if Fish had more emphasis on health percentage, he might be able to get more credit. Because I've seen some of his crams get destroyed en route. And the missiles also are having a surprising amount of trouble.
I have
You see, they're shooting at missiles.
Well, in fairness, at this point, his missiles are most of his remaining firepower, I think. Uh-oh, you gotta turn back in.
This is such
Fire!
a short range.
800 meters is very short, yeah. I didn't want flamethrowers to be completely outclassed. Because their maximum range is only...
Why am I getting DQ points?
Because you're outside 800 meters.
Isn't it set to... It's supposed to be like hundreds.
We can take a look after this and make sure.
I think it's just too slow turns.
It might be very slow turns. It might just be from the depths turns, yeah.
For some reason, the ship drifts in the water and from the depth.
Yeah, there's a lot I want to put on this that did.
Yeah, From the Depths has issues. Every day From the Depths has problems. And it's the way we live.
The DQ are continuing.
Uh-oh. Turn? You did not turn.
Yep.
Alright. Round 2. It definitely looks like the torpedoes on the... What were any of those shots aimed at? This one set the superstructure on fire a little bit.
No, there's the detection destruct.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah, there's on the cooling tower and the mast.
It must be aiming for these single metal plates up here, your plasma.
Yeah, they were a good idea.
They were a good idea. They're a good idea until you need to repair something. Ooh, that seemed to be ammo.
Nope, there's no ammo there.
Alright, you're both getting DQ points for being too far from each other
Imagine having
now.
repair bots. This post was made by the guy who forgot to put repair bots.
I think I also forgot to put repair bots, so I don't know.
I think I added 3 on yours, and I think I added 3 on Wesred's.
Broadside!
Nice guy,
Fire.
Amp. Always getting people's back.
Hmm. Good
That's
guy,
a
Am.
close.
You are very on fire, and this round's going a little bit differently, so it might end up being 1-1 here. It just is going to depend, like, do your crams hit where they need to? That's just kind of how cram fights go, period. Do your crams hit where they need to?
Well, I did set one of his
Let's not
turrets
talk
on
about
fire.
this period.
There's one of his turrets on fire.
Accidentally resized the screen a little bit there, sorry.
I did change the crams at the last moment before the due date. I've decreased the incendiary pellets for more explosive pellets because I judged that the explosive power was not strong enough.
You know, that's a fair call, and more explosive is always a good call, in my opinion. Although, that one did not seem to explode sufficiently. Honest
Well,
2
yeah,
cents.
they are timed to avoid completely missing.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? You're kind of bringing the firepower differential back. You've narrowed it a little bit. Oh, well, there went 8%. Uh-oh. You got a fire on the wood deck.
Just,
It's very fun watching this big superstructure get blown up. Ah, it looks like the Doom in the front is dry firing, along with most of... Oh, you know, that does explain it. That's a lot of
the only
fires.
one that didn't bring
Uh-oh.
heavy armor in the fight.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's
This isn't good.
the steam engine.
That's not good.
I've tested the deck before submitting. It will not burn the engine. It was supposed to burn the external armor.
Hopefully, but steam engines are flammable now.
Yeah, I know.
But he does have to have oxidizer in order to actually catch those on fire in the first place. So there is that. Bounce.
No, I'm just wondering why is that switching sides? Oh, it might be doing that.
Oh, so the reason it's kind of swimming back and forth like this is because of the change to the PID that I made. It's not switch sides because you have circle, not broadside.
Oh, well, in Tickle, yeah, I think there's an option to switch sides.
No, circle. There's an
remember
option to
correctly.
set sides. You actually turned this around, and now you have the firepower lead. Yeah, circle lets you set
Yeah,
sides.
the-
You can have circle
the
left,
fire did
circle
its
right,
thing.
or use both sides. Broadside is the one that lets you switch sides based on damage and such.
I should actually put plasma with.
Well, we can get yours swapped over to broadside after this.
I think I lost the rudder.
I don't think so. I think he should be good.
Yeah, just engine power. So I'm to be the one DQing if I ever get out of the range.
Well, the DQ points started really early on. You haven't gotten any more since then. No, you got rudder.
What is the doing? What is it's weird.
Viewing.
It's overcompensating. So I set the derivative time to be 2 seconds and the integral time to be 3 seconds. So basically, it's always oversteering from behind, so it gives you this little back and forth. Ooh, that was the whole deck cut off.
Ooh.
All the superstructure gone. So it gives you this kind of back and forth wiggle.
We've proved to have a superior battleship.
You do have the bigger crams. Alright. So, Fish, after this, I'll rework your center Doom Cram to get the max gauge out of it. And, yeah, you're AI blind now, or detection blind. And West Reds, I'll change yours to a broadside AI so that it switches sides for you.